My name is Staff Sergeant Jean-Pierre Alfred, United States Air Force. I'm currently a Security Forces member, and I'm awaiting my commissioning to become an officer so I can become a combat control officer. I support Dr. Paul for his bid to become President of the United States because I truly do believe in Dr. Paul. As a military member, I will never demean my leadership. I will never talk bad about the current Commander-in-Chief. That being said, I truly do believe in Dr. Paul, though. I believe Dr. Paul is the best candidate poised to be the president because he has a fundamental understanding of the economy. He has a fundamental understanding of the foreign policy issues that plague this nation and the social issues. Dr. Paul is all about freedom. Freedom of mobility is what any culture wants. And little by little, our freedoms are being eroded. From the National Defense Authorization Act that was just signed this year by our current president, to the fact that the Constitution is little by little being eroded away. Dr. Paul sees this, has called it out, and yet no one has listened. For over 30 years, Dr. Paul has had the same consistent message. That same consistent message has also been an accurate message. He has forecasted all of the economic issues that would happen. He forecasted Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the fall of the big banks. He forecasted all of these things. And yet no one listened. Greed, corruption, all took place over what Dr. Paul had to say. And that's a problem. Dr. Paul is the only candidate, the only one who is a doctor on that stage. Social issues are such a big problem for people. Healthcare is such a big issue. The man is a doctor, for Pete's sake. He knows what he's talking about. He's run his own private practice, which is essentially a business also. He knows what to implement, what not to implement, what works and what doesn't work. He's seen sick people come through his doors. He's delivered over 4,000 children. The next notion, the fact that Dr. Paul might be a racist, just baffles me. That letters written on behalf of Dr. Paul, which he has come out and already vehemently denied, take forefront over the fact that Dr. Paul stood on the floor of the Congress, one of the only candidates to do so, and advocate in the defense of minorities in this country who are wrongfully imprisoned, unjustly imprisoned with the 100-to-1 drug law sentencing that they face. Yet he's the only one that's done that. What kind of racist advocates that African Americans and minorities should be released from prison? What kind of racist does that? Doesn't make too much sense, does it? Yet the media will never ever play this on the airwaves because they know that'll just strengthen Dr. Paul's argument. It's pretty sad that they do that, but what's even worse is that we have the biggest problem that faces our nation right now. We have an uninformed, ill-informed, and unwilling to learn electorate. People that just listen to the media and vote based on who they think will be a good president. People want somebody who's electable. Have we sat and asked ourselves, what if we elect the guy that we think looks good as a president, but he just totally sucks as a president? We're not better than we were before. We're probably in the same place or probably worse. Ron Paul is the medicine that this country needs. And it's the medicine that might not taste good going down, but you know that within no time short, you'll be back on your feet better than you were before. I suggest that people really think about Dr. Paul and his bid to become President of the United States. And this whole notion, support the troops, nobody wants to hear that anymore. Don't support the troops. Just listen to the troops. That's the best thing you could do. We could support ourselves. We've been doing it good for a long time. Alright? Just listen to the troops. February 20th, I hope that everyone listens when we march on that White House. Thank you.